This is your biology class. In our last class, we have started lesson 3, the human body digestive system. In this lesson, we have studied about steps involved in nutrition in human beings, type of teeth and their function. Today, we are continuing the same lesson from organs of the digestive system. So, what is the digestive system and what is digestion? The conversion of complex and insoluble food material into simple and soluble form is known as digestion. As you know that the food which we are eating, that has carbohydrates, fats, proteins which are large and complex, and that is not easily absorbed by our body cell. So for that we need to for the conversion. So this conversion takes place in the digestion, into that is digestion. The process of digestion in a human being takes place in the digestive system. The digestive system in human body is divided into two main parts. First is the alimentary canal and the second is associated digestive glands. So the main parts of digestive system in the human body are alimentary canal and the associated digestive glands. Now see what are the main parts of alimentary canals. It is a tube-like structure. You can see in the diagram that tube-like structure is there that begins with mouth. It begins with the mouth and ends at the anus. The other parts of the alimentary canal are esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Find out all these things in your diagram. Where is esophagus, where is small intestine, large intestine and stomach. So these all are the main parts of the alimentary canals. Now second part of the digestive system, as I have told you now, that is the associated digestive glands. So associated digestive glands, it is the salivary glands, liver and pancreas. They are producing digestive enzymes. Salivary glands, liver and pancreas, they are producing digestive enzymes that help in the process of digestion, as you have learned now only that enzymes is required. The conversion is brought about in the presence of certain compounds called enzymes. That certain compounds is called enzymes. So they are producing that compounds that is said to be enzymes. Okay, now parts of alimentary canal. Now main parts of the alimentary canal. Now I have told you that it begins with mouth. So now we are talking about mouth. Digestion of food begins in the mouth. Food is chewed with the help of teeth. The food in the mouth is mixed with saliva. When you chew the food, it mixes with saliva, which is secreted by three pairs of salivary glands, which has here you can see in the diagram salivary glands, and it goes to the three lines. Three lines are connected to salivary glands. That is first pair. First line is showing the first pair is present below the tongue. Look at the diagram carefully, and first pair is present below the tongue, the second at the base of the ears, and the third pair is present on the inner side of the angles of lower jaw. So three pairs we have seen here of the salivary glands. Now the process by which food is broken into fine particles and mixed with saliva is called mastication. So we need teeth to break the food in the fine particles. So when it is broken in fine particles and when it is mixing with the saliva, that is also one process. No, that food is mixing with the saliva, that is one process, and that process is said to be mastication. Okay, underline in your book what is mastication. So what is mastication? The process by which food is broken into fine particles and mixed with saliva is called mastication. The saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase, which acts on starch and converts it into maltose, a simple sugar. So for doing this activity, you can do at your home while eating the chapati. You just take a bite of chapati. When you are eating it, then what happens? It is mixing with your saliva. So what happens when it mixes with the saliva? You will get some taste. Which type of taste is that? It is sweet, bitter or so? It is sweet it is. Why you are getting sweet taste? Because of this reaction. Which reaction? Because of this reaction that starch converts it into maltose. Starch which is present in your saliva, it converts into maltose. And maltose is what? Maltose is a simple sugar. Because of this simple sugar, you are getting the taste of sweet. Clear? Now esophagus. Next part is esophagus. As I have told, that is the food pipe. That is food pipe. Okay. The food passes into stomach through a long tube called the food pipe, or the other name of that is esophagus. The food passes through the esophagus by wave-like contractions and relaxations. So it is passing through the esophagus through your food pipe by the wave-like contractions and relaxations of the walls of the food pipe. The wave-like movement is known as peristaltic movement. This movement is known as peristaltic movement. In that mouth you have studied about mastication, and the movement which is taking place in this esophagus food pipe, that is said to be peristaltic movement. No digestion takes place in the esophagus. So nothing, no digestion is there, only it is passing your food to stomach. Now next is stomach. That all are the parts of the alimentary canal. Okay, remember all that. Stomach. The stomach is a bag-like structure. You can see in the diagram also, it looks like a bag. The walls of the stomach secrete gastric juice. So the walls of the stomach, no, it is releasing gastric juice. Pepsin and dilute hydrochloric acids are the constituents of gastric juice. So pepsin and dilute hydrochloric acid, they form gastric juice. The dilute hydrochloric acid softens the hard part of the food. It softs the hard part of the food. It kills the bacteria in the food to prevent decomposition. It kills the bacteria which are present in the food to prevent decomposition, means decaying. The acids also creates a suitable condition that allows pepsin to work. Pepsin changes proteins into smaller molecules called peptides. So the acids, these acids, which acids? That dilute this pepsin and dilute hydrochloric acid, they also creates a suitable condition. They are creating one condition that allows pepsin to work. They create such a condition in which pepsin work, and pepsin changes into protein into smaller molecules. That is called, that smaller molecules. Molecules is no smallest unit, and that is called peptides. Now the walls of the stomach contract rhythmically. It contracts like a rhythm. The process helps in churn the food well, and the food then changes into semi-solid paste called chyme. The chyme now passes into the first part of the small intestine. After that, one exercise is given in a book, that is true or false, that you have to read and do it yourself. Now next is the small intestine. Now next is we are going to study about small intestine. So look at the diagram of small intestine which I had given you in the video. The small intestine is a long coiled tube. It looks like coil, children, isn't it? Yes, that's why it is said the small intestine is long coiled tube. Following the stomach, it is divided into three parts. This small intestine is also divided in three parts. The C-shaped first part of the small intestine is called duodenum. C shape. It's see here duodenum I have showed. So it looks like C, no? So that is called duodenum. The coiled middle part is called jejunum. Middle part, see? So that is called jejunum. That coil is called jejunum. And the final section leading into a large intestine. Final section which is going to large intestine. Okay, and that is called ileum. That is called ileum. So let's learn small intestines also have three parts. First is duodenum, second is jejunum, and third is ileum. Now, the duodenum receives, what is the function of duodenum? What it is doing? It receives bile juice produced by the liver. Duodenum receives bile juice which is produced by the liver, the largest gland in the human body. So, which is the largest gland in the human body? Liver is the largest gland in the human body. And pancreatic juice from the pancreas. It is releasing pancreatic juice also from the pancreas. So, what is the function of duodenum? It receives bile juice produced by the liver and which is the largest gland, and another is pancreatic juice from the pancreas. It is receiving pancreatic juice also. Bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. So bile juice which is produced by the liver, it is stored in your gallbladder. Bile helps in breaking fats into smaller bites. So what fats you are consuming, so this bile helps in breaking fats into smaller bites. This process